about a party night out, that ultimate glitter sparkle look for the party season. So as always, we're just going to start off with Max's soft ochre paint pot, as we always do, and we're just going to prime the lid with that using a flat synthetic brush. Just taking that all over our Marie's lid, just to take any redness out of the lid and just to give a perfect base for that, any shade that we put on top of it. And the reason you always want to use a base on the eyelid is because you want to take, like I said, any redness away, and it's always going to make any pigment that you put on top of it show truer to its colour. So this look's going to be quite girly and pinky and purpley and really light. So we're going to keep to colours that are at that end of the spectrum. So we're going to start with Max Quarry, which is quite a taupey, nudie, pinky colour, just as a transition colour. And we're going to pop that all through our Marie's crease. So we're going to take a really fluffy blending brush, and just close your eyes, pop it into the socket, and backwards and forwards, windscreen wiper motions, just blend that colour out. So just to intensify that crease just a little bit more and just to give the eye a little bit more of a smoked look, we're going to take Tom Ford's Eye Quad in Lavender Luxe and take this darker purple shade on that same blending brush. Close your eyes for me and just very lightly with your hands. You don't want to be going too hard with this. You want to let the brush do all the work for you. And then on the outside corner, you just want to take a little bit more on the very tip and just press it into that outer face shape. And with a clean fluffy blending brush, we're just going to take that over the very top edges just to diffuse that colour out a little bit. All we want to do now is just put a little bit more depth of colour in through the socket and out into the outer V, and that's just going to put the last level of intensity onto the smoky eye, because we don't want to go any darker than the tiny little bit of black we're going to pop on now. So taking a MAC 217 and the Lavac Pro palette and just a black shade, taking a little bit onto the brush, just press the black shade into the outer corner and up through the crease, a tiny little bit. So going back to Quarry, we want to take a fluffy brush, the one that we've been using to blend out the edges, and take a tiny little bit onto the tip and just go into that crease and just diffuse that colour a little tiny bit more at the edges. Okay, so what we've done is we've just intensified the black on our Marie's lid, and we've popped Max Pigment in Kitschmas on because we want to keep the look quite pink and girly. So that's just given a sparkle to the lid, and we've taken a little bit more of the black and just popped it into the outer V just to blend it in a little bit more. So I'll show you on the other lid what we've done. So we've taken the pigment and a fatly packed brush, because it's going to hold on to a lot more of the pigment. Close your eye, and we're just going to press it onto the lid. Now this will go everywhere, but we can just mop it up, and that's why we do the eye first, so that we can, any drop down that we get underneath, we can get rid of it before we put any foundation on. So what we'll do is we'll just take that black again on your MAC 217 brush, close your eyes for me, and just press it into the outer corner. Because it is Christmas and we do want a little bit more sparkle, we're going to take the Elamaster Pigment in Static and a MAC 239, any flat brush will do, and we're just going to pat that just into the middle of the lid just to give a little bit more sparkle to the look. With a clean fluffy brush, we just want to lightly, close your eyes for me, go along the edges just to blend it all in. So So as you can see, Anne-Marie's got quite a lot of drop down underneath, and that's unavoidable when you're using pigments because they are very loose powders, so they are likely to drop down onto the face. So I'm just going to take a matte wipe and get Anne-Marie to look up for me. And just wipe away any pigment that's on the face. We don't want that mixing with any foundation that we're going to put onto the skin.
Yeah, that's the 29th, isn't it? Time.
So as always, we're just going to prime the face, and we're going to use Bobbi Brown's Vitamin Enriched Face Base on a MAC 190 brush, as we always do, and that's just going to make the makeup itself just gel better to Anne-Marie's skin. And there's no particular method to applying this, it's just make sure it's evenly applied all over the face. We're going to pop a foundation onto Anne-Marie's skin, and we're going to use the Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation in Warm Sand. And that's just going to give a really, really lovely base and an even complexion. And we're just going to use a MAC 188 brush.
I think it is. I like those looking at.
Apply it all over the skin. So because we've gone quite dark on Anne-Marie's lid, we want to just counterbalance that and just put a bit of lightness underneath. So I'm going to take Matte Seal and Correct palette and just take this yellow shade here and mix it a little bit with the pink because we don't want it too bright. Just look right up to the ceiling for me. And just blend that in a triangle shape underneath the eye, and that's just going to bring brightness to the underneath of the eye. So we're going to do Anne-Marie's brows next, and we've already brushed them upwards just to see where the areas are that we need to fill in. And I'm going to use MAC's eyebrow crayon in Lingering and just sketch out a shape for where we want the eyebrows to be. So I'm going to arch the arch just a little bit higher than usual. With this being a more dramatic look, we can get away with a little bit more of a dramatic eyebrow. So just to intensify that brow a little bit more and just put a little bit more definition into the arch, I'm going to use my Bobbi Brown palette and use the Saddle shade with the MAC 266 and just pop it into the back of the brow. And then going into grey, we're just going to use this at the front of Anne-Marie's eyebrows. Very, very lightly. So we're just going to set those brows into place with MAC's Brow Set and Beguile. And what that'll do is it'll just tone down the eyebrows a little touch. And any stray eyebrows will just be kept into place. So we're just going to highlight the brow bone, and what we're going to do is we're going to use a matte colour because we have got a lot of shimmer already on the lid. So I'm going to go in with the white from the Lorac Pro palette on that 239 that we used earlier. I'm just going to pack that just underneath onto the top of the brow bone. So we're just going to go in and line Anne-Marie's eye, and I'm going to use the Maybelline Gel Eyeliner on a Charles Fox eyeliner brush. And this is just so we've got a line that we can place the eyelashes onto so they will look seamless. So just lift the eye itself up so we can get really close to the lash line and just place a line across. And look down and over that way for me. Get right to the inside of the eye. And just look into the camera, and that just gives a nice flick and just gives us something to work on for the eyelash. And the same on the other eye, we're just going to lift the lid up to get as close as we can to the lash line and just bring the liner across the lid. So I'm just going to use a quick coat of mascara on Anne-Marie's lashes, and I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Smoky Extravagant, and this is Anne-Marie's own, so I'm just going to use it straight from the wand. You look down for me. So we're just going to put a little bit of a contour through the back of Anne-Marie's cheeks, and I'm going to use the Anastasia Contour Kit. I'm using the shade Fawn. I'm just going to take a contour blush brush, take a little bit onto the brush and tap off any excess, and you just want to find the cheekbone, nestle underneath, and using circular motions you just want to blend that through. And take it a little into the temples and down the jawline, and that's just going to blend the whole look together. And you can just see that gives a nice contour to the cheek. So because we've used quite pinky purpley shades on Anne-Marie's eyelids, I want to match the blush shade with those of colours. So I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs blush in Outspoken and a NARS 6 brush. And just nestle that through the backs of Anne-Marie's cheeks. So we're just going to pop a little bit of highlight onto Anne-Marie's cheekbones and through the bridge of the nose and on the Cupid's bow, just to make the lips look a little bit bigger. And we're going to use Bobbi Brown's highlight powder in Pink Glow, just on the brush that we used to apply the blush. Turn your face. So no party look would be complete without eyelashes, so we're just going to pop longer ones to the outside and shorter ones to the inside, just to give that fanned out effect that we like. So I'm going to use the Salon System Extra Volume Medium, just to the outside. So we've just put some individual lashes on both eyes, and you can just see that that's opened Anne-Marie's eyes up, and it's also given a thickness to her lashes, and it just finishes that eye look off completely. So what we're going to do now is we're going to finish the look, and we're going to go in and do the lip. So I'm going to use Pale Pink Lip Liner by Bobbi Brown, and just get Anne-Marie to smile, and just follow the lip's natural line. And the great thing about Bobbi Brown lip pencils are, if you're after a creamy lip pencil, one that you can use all over the lip, these are a really good formula for doing that. The MAC ones tend to be quite dry and can drag the lip a little bit, but these are better to work with if that's what you want to do with it. Just turn your face to me a little bit. I'm going to go in with MAC Japanese Maple lipstick and pat that all over the lip. And the reason we're going with quite toned down neutral shades for the lip is because we have got so much going on the eye. We don't want to have a war on the face of like the lip and the eye. You either play one up and dress one down, or vice versa. And rub your lips together for me. Gorgeous. So we're just going to add a little bit of gloss to that look. So we're going to use Chanel's Lip Gloss 164. Put a little bit onto the back of my hand and using the Bobbi Brown concealer brush. Just going to pop that all over the lip. And finally, just to finish the look off, we're just going to spray everything into place using Max Fix Plus. So that's it, our Party Sparkle Eye, perfect for the Christmas season and New Year. Thanks for watching, bye!